All right. You know what I'm sick of? You know what I'm really, really sick of? Yes, 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 yes. I'm back doing these videos because why? Because I have to. It's part of my life. I feel like this is really part of my drive in life. I gotta do it regardless of the fact that I don't want to do it, but I gotta do it because guess what? No one else is doing it the way I'm doing it. I mean, who else is gonna say these things the way I say it? And from the perspective and from my perspective, from a heart-based perspective, who's gonna say this? Exactly. I mean, right now, I'm really am sick and tired. You know what? In this video, from now on, I'm gonna be more hardcore with my rants. There's gonna be more strong language because I want to be myself. I can't hold back. It's very difficult to hold back on a subject when oh boy, when you have to go through trying to shift through humanity's bullshit, so to speak. So enjoy. Have you been warned? Anyways, what I'm fucking sick and tired of is the fact that when something bad happens, let's talk about recent current events, for example. I'm not going to say what's what and go in detail, but everybody should know what I'm talking about as this date of August 9th, 2019. But this will apply in the future as well, as long as the human race is in their fucking stagnant spot. Because they want to be. They want to cry and say, oh, I want freedom, I want this and that, I want to solve these problems. But their fucking mindsets actually keep them there. Because they're too damn arrogant, too damn stubborn, and too damn proud to get. But what I'm trying to say is this. People want to focus on the symptoms of problems in this society, for example. People want to sit there and want to fucking blame the guns. They want to blame the video games. They want to blame this. They want to blame that. Then they want to blame that over there. Then that over there. Instead of looking at the root causal factors because they're too fucking stupid. I'm always saying to myself, man, what's driving these people to do it? Let's look into the psyche of what they're doing. Look into the mindset. Let's see if we can take a look at their backgrounds, their childhoods, or the fact that many of these people may be jacked up on pharmaceuticals because these pharmaceuticals, from what I discovered, actually want to drive people to do crazy stuff. It's like that one story, not story. I've actually heard a very horrific 911 dispatch call of a woman. I think it was probably a relative, or whatever. I don't know. Calling because of the fact that her son or whoever, I don't know what's what, was committing suicide right before her very eyes, despite the fact that he was on medication. Yeah, he was on antidepressants. We all know what the antidepressants do to you, right? He was committing suicide right in that moment. It was a horrific call. People actually what you ask, what causes people to do messed up things in the world? Why is mental illness so prevalent? I always talk about how a lot of the mental illness in society is usually caused by, crazy, people who have no heart, no soul, like going nuts. Or in this case, I want to talk about is people who actually have been raised a certain way growing up. Because based on my personal anecdotal research, I noticed that when people grow up, it's very common for people to be bullied and treated like trash. A lot of people out there, and they're so pushed, and they're so, and many of them are actually. It doesn't help that many of them probably, when they were growing up, were different from other people, and combine that with their lack of heart-based intelligence, since a lot of people are unfortunately not born with that. Then yeah, that's gonna actually create a sociopathic personality type right there. You know, different, quirky, treated like crap growing up, shitty parenting, plus lack of heart-based intelligence, other words, emotionally retarded, I like to call it, and you get antisocial, because this antisocial shit is really prevalent these days, in today's society. A lot of people want to mock and ridicule these people. They want to mock and ridicule these people. They want to call them on social media. They love to call them incels or whatever the hell that is. But I mean, sure, their viewpoints are fucked up, and it comes from a place of antisocial mindset. But you know what? Maybe we need to take a look at how they were treated growing up. Because I've actually read the diary of one of these people that went on a shooting spree before killing himself. Because a person put his whole diary up online to read. I pretty much read the whole thing. And when I got out of it, well, and the fucked up part about it is the lamestream media wanted to make this seem like it was about him taking his aggressions out on just women or females in general. But I took a look at the death count of how many of the people he killed. The majority of people he killed were actually males. Many of them were skateboarders. Yeah. Yeah. Many of them, the majority of them were males that he killed. Yeah, because the mainstream media loves to instigate and try to create this divide and conquer with people. You know, they do it with the races. In this case, they're trying to do it with the genders. But what I'm trying to say is the fact is, I read the guy's diary, what he wrote, and I'm all, oh my God, this guy was treated like horrible, was treated like garbage growing up. And his parents were, oh my God, his parents were even worse, especially his father. Sure, he wasn't abused as a child, but it's like his parents really didn't understand him, or really didn't, they weren't emotionally available to him, you know? And the fact that he talked about something that devastated him during childhood was because of the fact that his mother lied to him about the fact that whether or not they were getting a divorce, and the fact that she lied to him. He talked about how that really devastated him as a kid, you know, with his father, you know, his biological father, by the way. But he was talking about all this other stuff in his diary, and I go, wow. And I read, and you actually take a look into the insight into the psyche of these people who are antisocial, and I go, wow, it's very common. It's just that they grew up in environments where, like I said, they have a fragmented family unit or messed up family unit, excuse me, and the fact they have this they have a little quirky growing up. You know, they were like this, you know, they were probably the shy, socially awkward kid, and they were often bullied, you know, and treated like ass. Then you wonder why they develop these strong, and lacking in emotional intelligence. When you're emotionally retarded, yeah, it's very easy for you to actually start developing these really antisocial, these really psychotic tendencies where you just want to kill people, or you start actually disregarding, or you start actually looking into these extremist ideologies. Why do you think that the alt-right appeal, like the radical right? I'm not gonna say alt-right, but the radical right stuff really appeals to them, like fascism and such. They want because they're looking for the antithesis of actually society, of what society pushes. Because what society pushes, especially in the urban areas, is this leftist mindset. They want to go push against it. They want to actually go rebel against that. For example, that's what makes people into these people what they are now. And the fact that these people who are suffering from mental illness is really, the mental illness is caused by their environment. We live in a consumer-driven society where it's all about money, and along the fact that we have a negative sense of, people have a negative sense of individualism on top of it. You know? We live in a selfish-driven society that has some shitty values, you know? Lack of moral integrity, lack of objective morality based in natural law, which is pretty much harm versus no harm. I mean, I could go on and on about what's wrong. The fact that we have a society that values the people, that values what's on the outside versus what's on the inside. I mean, because their mindset is fuck the inner growth crap. It's about it's about success and money. We judge people based on their appearances, their looks, and everything. Yet these same people want to complain about race. Well, how about we talk about a society where people are judging appearances in general? No. People want to blame this, want to blame that. When something bad happens, when they want to go on the murder spree, yeah, let's blame these things out there that are hardly related to the real problem. You want to blame the video games, you want to blame the guns. Though it's weird because the thing is that some of the worst crimes in history have perpetuated by people who have actually let me rephrase that. Have been perpetuated by people who have bought into certain political ideologies and perpetuated by religion. So by that logic, how about you guys talk about banning those things? Ban politics, ban religion. Kiss those Qurans and kiss those Bibles and all those other holy books goodbye. You know? How about we how about we get rid of politics already? I mean, politics is shit anyway. It sucks. The left, the right, I don't give a fuck what side it is. They're both fucked up on their own ways. I have my issue. The left and the right, they got their fucked up cons because they're both not based in emotional. They're both okay. The left actually leaves out. Okay. The left is a bunch of well-intentioned idiots who think it's a good idea to use violence, or pretty much rob somebody at gunpoint to give to somebody else. Yeah, I'm going to rob you of all your crap. Then you're going to give that to me. Now I'm going to give it to the person down the street. Or I'm going to rob you of the money you have in your pocket. I'm going to go down to Home Depot. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get some stuff so I can fill a pothole, baby. Woo! We're going to fill that motherfucking pothole. You ready, boys and girls? Going to rob me the most wealthy looking home. Then they refuse to give us the money, we're going to kidnap them. Yeah, we're going to kidnap them. They're going to put them in our basement. Then we're going to take we're going to take that house and we're going to have it for ourselves. While we take their whatever money they have, and we're going to go to the Home Depot, and we're going to get the equipment. We're going to fill some potholes tonight, baby. Better believe it. In other words, my biggest problem with the left is the fact that let's use violence to redistribute wealth and to feed the poor. Let's force people out of their natural free will to say no. Yeah, people should be giving a share, but you know what? I don't believe in giving at gunpoint via the violence of the state. And as for the right, you know what their problem is? Their lack of heart-based intelligence. They are head-based. They're cold-blooded. I mean, what's the opposite of an ice queen? You know, something like that. You know, that's the thing about it. They're cold-blooded. Like I said, lacking heart-based intelligence. They have a lot of selfish attitudes. They're unaccommodating, and they have no sense of compassion, no sense of empathy. You know, that's my biggest problem with the right. And they're just another coin on the side of authoritarians. With the left, you got to worry about communism and socialism. On the right, you got to worry about fascism and all the Nazi racist fucks on that side. Yeah, you know, yeah, that's the thing about it. That's why I don't like both sides. So yeah, let's get rid of politics. Let's get rid of politics. But what's out of all seriousness here? Let's go back to what I was talking about. People want to ignore symptoms. Because of the fact that you lack the ability to deeply introspect. I want to sit here and say that, yeah, a lot of these dumbass politicians are out of touch. And they want to quickly go to no one cares about solutions. They want fixes and band-aids to symptoms. Kind of like how the pharmaceutical industry works. Let's cure the symptoms, not actually get rid of the problem. Yeah. You know, they're not really curing your problem. They're only just slowing down the symptoms. You know, because your body is doing all the actual healing on its own. You know, because you're calming down the symptoms, I guess. I don't know how the technical aspects of how that shit works, but I'm just trying to say is the fact that we live in a society where people are looking for band-aids, not real solutions. Not real solutions. And a lot of these solutions have to be based on, based on real spiritual principles. I'm not talking about the crap they teach in religion that's based in salvationism and that's based in giving your power away to someone else and based in some kind of spiritual authoritarianism. I'm talking about solutions based on actually understanding that we actually co-creatively create this reality we live in. We co-create this reality collectively. Our thoughts and their intentions influence reality. Now, you don't understand that the idea of natural law or universal law is essentially what you put out in the world and the universe is what's going to be reflect back at us as a collective. That's pretty much what it is. Because we collectively are created this world. You know? Now, I think a lot of people don't understand the fact that it's really what it is. It's really a cause and effect. And the thing about cause and effect is a lot of people don't understand that cause and effect, aka karma, is more it's a more social thing than an individual thing. You know, I'm going to not go in detail into why is that and what does that mean. What I'm trying to say is the fact that a lot of the things that are going on in the world is because of people's collective decisions and collective karma. You know, it's the fact that people have chosen inaction or made wrong choices or decisions with their thinking. And when that happens, that's going to spread to everybody. Because the universe is essentially saying, oh, well, that's what you want. So the universe gives you that based on your free will choices. It doesn't matter if you make these choices out of ignorance. And the universe is impartial, you know? But I'm not going to go into detail into that. What I'm trying to say is the fact that I'm just sick and tired of living in a society where people, or a world in general, where people want band-aids to everything. And you're wondering why things are falling apart? Because the band-aids are not sticking like they used to. Because the universe is essentially telling us, it's time to start making some drastic decisions. If we don't, well, sorry about your fucking luck. And that's pretty much what's summed up. So that's pretty much what I have to say about the situation. Because people need to understand. Anyone and everybody who watches these videos, I need people to understand that people need to understand this. And when you're in a conversation with some ignoramus or some fuckhead or some Billy Joe fuckhead motherfucking dickhead, I want people to actually mention this. Mention that need to stop looking at band-aids, looking for band-aids, start looking for solutions. Based on, and those solutions are going to have to come from a place of introspection. It's going to have to come from a base of both heart-based intelligence and the use of and from a rational place, using that or more so using the left brain or the positive masculine force there. You need to combine the divine masculine and divine feminine together to come up with some real holistic solutions to these problems in the world. You're not going to find that solutions to the problem from a place of emotion or from just the head or from the head. Why do you think I'm not sitting here and giving you explicit solutions? Because that actually takes time to come up with and think of. It has to come from a place of someone who has heart, but at the same time isn't naive or actually wants to use erroneous, ridiculous solutions that actually will lead to violation of people's free will and natural rights. Because those solutions cannot violate people's natural rights, because that's going to lead to tyranny. But you know what? You gotta understand something. I'm not doing these videos because guess what? I'm not doing these videos because I think this is going to make a difference. I'm only doing it because I feel like I just have to let it out. I have to let this out so I don't have no burden on my soul doing this. I understand the human race is hopeless, but I do it anyway just to ventilate. That's why I'm putting this out. So that's it for now.